SCP-026. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-026 is to remain securely locked and boarded up at all times when there is no research ongoing. Alarms are set to alert the Foundation in case of entry by civilians or other agencies. SCP-026 is a 3-story public school building built in... It has 2 wings connected to a central foyer. It was declared condemned in... After it was found the floor plan didn't match up to the building's blueprints. See Interview Log 026-01. It came to the Foundation's attention after several disappearances in the area were linked to visits to the abandoned building. The building demonstrates spatial anomalies. Its internal space is much greater than the external surface of the building would allow. Hallways display variable length, while stairways have differing numbers of steps going up or down. The number of rooms off the hallways changes each time they are counted. Attempts to reach the far ends of the hallways have met with failure thus far. Entrance through the fire escapes located at the ends of the hallways leads to doors approximately midway down the length of the halls. See Note 026-A. There is considerable graffiti on the interior walls of the school. Most appears typical, including gang signs, names, and street art. However, the graffiti fades and reappears, changing location. Writing on chalkboards and bulletin boards changes in a similar fashion. Subjects typically found range from standard school subjects, mathematics, literature, biology, to more esoteric subjects, such as quantum entanglement and eugenics. One researcher reported one board detailing information about SCP- but photographic evidence showed only a blank slate. See Note 026-B. The phrase, "the children used to sing," has appeared multiple times in various places throughout the building, but there is currently no explanation for its significance. A number of unconscious subjects have been found in the building, mostly of high school age, ranging from 12 to 18. They are dressed in accordance to the school's dress code, circa. Several have been identified as former students or faculty of the school who disappeared after the school shut down, in at least one case more than 10 years after the closure. It is currently unknown how they were transported back into SCP-026. See Note 026-C. All attempts to wake the subjects while inside the building have failed. On being removed from the grounds of SCP-026, the subjects wake abruptly. They experience a period of confusion before dying from extreme rapid dehydration, followed by advanced decomposition. No useful intelligence has been recovered from the subjects to date. The inability to wake subjects extends to those who fall asleep in the grounds of SCP-026, though the rapid dehydration only seems to affect those who have been found on the grounds of the school. See Incident Report 026-12. Note 026-A. Robotic exploration and video feeds have shown that the apparent spatial anomalies are caused by changes in the perceptions of observers, rather than actual spatial phenomena. For this reason, SCP-026 does not require the expertise of Mobile Task Force Rho-8, roadside picnickers, at this time. Update. Further exploration has shown that some spatial phenomena do occur. See the exploration logs for more details. Note 026-B. The contents of notepads, books, and pieces of paper have been observed to disappear, only to reappear on surfaces within SCP-026. New writings have appeared, mostly drawn from graffiti or textbooks. Caution should be exercised in bringing documents onto the grounds of SCP-026. Note 026-C. Several Class D personnel exposed to SCP-026 have disappeared from Foundation control, only to reappear inside the anomalous building. The subjects in question had previously complained of dreams, identical to those experienced by Agent Malik. Update. See Interview Log 026-08. Incident Report 026-12. During a routine security check of SCP-026, Agent Malik was found unconscious by his partner, Agent Jones, in the main foyer. Initial attempts at rousing Agent Malik were ineffective, so he was moved for transportation to site. Upon leaving the grounds of SCP-026, he woke abruptly, in a state of agitation. When questioned, he revealed that he had been dreaming of a classroom setting. This dream has been consistent throughout all subjects who have fallen asleep within the grounds of SCP-026. Interview log 026-01. Interview with former principal at SCP-026.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Oh, not at all. If there's one thing I have plenty of these days, it's time. So let's get down to business. You were principal of back in... Is that correct? Yes, that's right. What can you tell us about that? Well, you've heard the stories, I'm sure. Folks say it was haunted. I don't know about that, but things did seem strange towards the end. Tell me about them. Let's see, there were the stairs, of course. You've heard about that, right? People would count 15 coming up and 16 coming back down. I'm sure there was a trick to it, like an optical illusion, but I can never figure it out. And we had a history book that turned up completely blank. I suppose that seems rather tame, but you know how it is. Little things add up. People tell stories. Tell me about the dreams. The dreams? Oh, yes. People were complaining about nightmares. Mostly students, but a few of the staff as well. It was always about school never ending. We joked about it at first, but more people talked about it. I didn't put much credence into it, but, well, when we found the blueprints didn't match up with the school, it seemed easier just to move to a new building. The schoolhouse was old anyway, and we wanted a fresh start. And just like that, things seemed to settle back to normal. I see. Is there anything else you'd like to add? It's not really much, but maybe it'll make a nice footnote in that book you're writing. I still sometimes have dreams about being in my office back at the old schoolhouse. Sometimes I'm doing paperwork, sometimes I'm talking to someone, but it's always back behind the desk, just like old times. But gradually I notice something's a bit off. The bell's ringing, but I don't hear anyone in the hallway. No students hurrying in or out of the classroom, no chatter, no footsteps, nothing but the bell. And it doesn't stop. The crazy thing is that I never notice it's a dream until then. I've been retired for 10 years, but until I notice the bell, I think everything's normal. Crazy, isn't it? I think it's very interesting. Thank you very much. If you think of anything else, don't hesitate to give me a call. Anytime.
Interview log 026-08.
Please have a seat. Thank you. Let's get down to business. I understand you were requesting a transfer out of field work. Would you like to talk about that? I'd rather not. That's your choice. However, I can't approve a transfer without reason. Look, You've seen my record. You know I work on 26, right? I read the report. I was there the first time we took one of the sleepers out. A lot of them were adults when they disappeared, but they're kids again when we find them. So I see this 16-year-old boy just kind of shrivel away. I had nightmares that night. You're supposed to report any unusual dreams after contacting a potentially mind-altering phenomenon. It hadn't been declared a mind screw yet. We just thought it was a weird space thing. We were just watching it until the picnickers got there. And it was a shock, you know. We weren't expecting anything like that. Anyway, I got over it quick enough. I'd seen worse. I once had a guy melt while I was holding on to him. I see. What happened next? Nothing for a while. I went in a couple times, but I didn't see anything too weird, but... Look, I know I should have reported it, but one of my buddies had just been disappeared after getting touched by some weird skip, and I didn't want it to happen to me. You've been affected by an SCP? I... Yeah, it was a week later. I was dozing in the back of the van and I started dreaming. Can you describe this dream? Just like the others. You've read the reports, right? Pretend that I haven't. For the record, Agent Walker. Alright, I'm in a classroom. It's just like the ones in 026, but new. Not falling apart. I knew the teacher's name. I knew who was sitting by me, even though I'd never seen most of them before. The bell started ringing, but no one moved. I raised my hand, but the teacher didn't notice. Finally, I tried to leave, but the door wouldn't open. Then I noticed something strange with my hand. It had color. Everything else was black and white, but I felt like I was the one who was wrong, out of place. That's when I woke up. The van was leaving. No one else noticed I'd been asleep. And you didn't think to report this? Like I said, I was scared, and this was before they found Malik. I figured it was just another nightmare, nothing weird, and after Malik had his dream, well, they didn't do anything with him, so I figured it wasn't a big deal. He was put on observation. You should have been as well for your own safety and for the safety of others. Yeah, you paper pushers think it's all so easy, don't you? Sitting behind a desk all day, you don't know what it's like. Well, things aren't so clear out there. Now when you're the one hunting talking cats in the sewer or waiting to see if you're the one who's not going to come back this time.
Agent Walker was visibly distressed. It was several minutes before she calmed down enough to continue the interview.
Anyway, it wasn't until later that we connected the dreams with the sleepers, not until they found those Class Ds in the second floor. Still, I thought I might be okay. I wasn't actually inside of 26 when I dreamed. I wasn't sure until the dream started. You're having reoccurrences? Yeah, they started 6 months ago. It's the same dream, but each time it makes me it takes me a little longer to notice that it isn't real. When I look at my hands, they're a little more gray.
Note: Agent Walker has since been given a Class A amnesiac and returned to field work.